because I think for those listeners that aren't really deep into the sauce, there are so many changes that I have seen happen between Plan Preview 2 and what's finally released for the public to see in October. I know, Riva, in your career, you have experienced this. I don't know if you have any stories you want to share, or Nate, you want to share, just so the listeners can get a feel of some changes that could occur.
Sure. So in my own personal instance on STAR's team many moons ago, it was during the plan preview period. I think it was the first year that the TMP hit STAR. So if anyone remembers the Timely Monitoring Project, it's not an audited project. And we got hit pretty hard.
Yes.
I have like PTSD on the TMP, but we got hit pretty hard. And then, so that was my first year. I think I'd only been on the STARS team for a few months. So I was like, TM who? But anyway, we had this war room of what can we do? Is there anything that we can fix or challenge or change or whatever? Because the TMP, that ship had sailed. They calculated that appropriately. We did not auto forward, et cetera, et cetera. So we ended up finding two appeals cases, Part C cases, that had been forwarded to the IRE as service instead of payment. It's not the IRE's job to validate the accuracy of what you send to them. So we're quick on the phone with Maximus saying, hey, can we resubmit these? And they're like, sure, go for it. But we can't make any promises. So that's when I emailed the the plan preview desk. And I remember sitting there thinking, I don't want to do this. There's a whole bunch of people sitting in DC eating popcorn, laughing at my email right now. That's how I felt in the moment, thinking, there's no way. Like, this is the silliest thing that I've ever asked for. So I spell out the cases. We had overnighted them back to Maximus to correct them to payment from service. And then they said, okay, we'll consider it, or we'll see, basically. They didn't say yes or no. And really, by all letters of the law, like anything after, I think at the time, April 30th of that previous year, that's done. So
it's gone.
We had a very long, sleepless Plan Preview 2 to final rates that year. And when the final rates came out, there was just a flutter of text messages between our STARS team of, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So we had saved at the time what would have been a drop from 4.5 to 4 stars. So we saved that 4.5 stars, which is a big deal off of 2 cases. So you better believe we made those 2 cases our roadshow for the entire next year of all the other cross-functional teams that we worked with. This is how important every single little thing that you do is. But yeah, when I tell that story, I still scratch my head and go, I don't know how or why they accepted that. But that was a change that we had made.
Don't question it, Riva.
No,
just take that.
There's got to be a statute of limitations on it now. They can't go back and take it back. But that's my point of saying, even if it seems trivial or out of reach, like, it's up to them to say, no, I'm not going to fix this, or I'm not going to change it. But that was my Plan Preview 2 story.
I don't have anything that good, but it does. Yeah. We have several instances this year and in a couple of prior years, I'll say, of Plan Preview 2 being the time where you figure out that you missed a threshold by one care gap or one readmission or one appeal or what have you. So there are some tough pills to swallow, in addition to sometimes having some pleasant surprises because maybe the industry had a rough time and your performance wasn't as bad as you thought it was.
I never get those pleasant surprises. I don't remember those.